Today's horoscope, Virgo April 17th, 2025. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. Mercury heads into your intimacy sector today, where it will transit until May 10th. Mercury spent time in this area of your solar chart recently from March 3rd to the 29th, but then retreated due to a retrograde backup. You can be more involved and passionately interested in your projects, studies, conversations, and thoughts in the weeks ahead. This cycle is especially favorable for consultations, research, and analysis. You'll likely make valuable discoveries with money, debts, motivations, relationships, attachments, and personal psychology. Today, an impending Mercury-Neptune alignment helps build your faith in a relationship or your dreams. You and a special someone can be on the same page. Your fantasy world is rich right now, although there is a chance your imagination can run ahead of itself. You gain tremendous insight into others' motives and desires, even if they do their best to keep these things to themselves. Even so, wishful thinking may come into play and color judgment somewhat. Prepare for an absolutely gorgeous vibration today. Mental Mercury, your planetary ruler and our cosmic messenger of the mind and communication, continues to skip and dance through the heavens and will bust out his jazz hands and catch the attention of a joyful today. They will spin and unite in a perfect conjunction. This means that you could have a fabulous time with your one and only, or if single, turn an acquaintance into a long-term lover. Use this cosmic energy to focus on all positive vibrations. Resume your financial opportunities. There might not have been any new information or opportunities since the beginning of March. As a result, you may have had to pause your financial plans and assessments throughout the last month and a half. Luckily, it should be easier to find financially empowering opportunities since Mercury will re-enter Aries. Although you may feel more confident in your financial position, it would not hurt to seek out advice and assistance from a financial advisor. After all, it might be easier to work with others moving forward. With today's planetary energies, you are feeling at the center of a lot of attention, and this adds a sense of an emotional burden. Stay tuned to your emotions even when you don't feel so great. It only makes it worse if you try to escape negative feelings. Exercise is a great way to keep the heaviness at bay, and certain kinds of exercise help more than others when times are tough. Follow your intuition, but weightlifting, stretching and quick sprints are recommended. If something is troubling you, this day can see you more secretive than usual. The nature of this vibration is one that draws you toward your inner self. Many times this is a real blessing, as it can see you gaining greater insight and awareness of yourself and your actions. Yet, given your usual need to connect with others to bounce your ideas off of, it can also make problem solving more difficult. Reach out today if you can't find the answers you seek. While the moon will leave your communication sector today, it will not only still be here as the asteroid Juno, the queen of commitment, settles into her first full day back here, but during Mercury, the planet of communication's final hours in your communication sector. The moon and Mercury will both be gone by the end of the day, but not before connecting and leaving the planets staying behind on the communication and relationship fronts with everything needed to keep the communication lines open. Meanwhile, 17 days after leaving your financial sector, by the end of the day Mercury will be back in time to get your head back in the game before the sun leaves over the weekend. It is during the asteroid Juno, the queen of commitment and especially commitment to your relationships, first full day back in your communications sector, and during Mercury, the planet of communication's final hours before leaving your communication sector today, that their friendly aspect will peak. At the same time, before leaving your communication sector today, the moon will make it even easier to give your emotional responses and relationships a voice. Daily Planetary Overview. As we enter the second half of Mercury's post-retrograde shadow phase, the cosmic tides begin to shift yet again, this time with Mercury re-entering bold, fiery Aries. If you've been feeling like you've been walking through mental fog, dealing with lingering miscommunications, delays, or second-guessing your decisions, you're not alone. But here's the good news: clarity is on the horizon. This period marks an opportunity to wrap up the last threads of Mercury retrograde's chaos. It's a time for resolution, reflection, and most importantly, courage. Mercury in Aries empowers you to speak your mind with renewed honesty and assertiveness. If something's been weighing on you, this is your cosmic green light to release it. Whether it's a conversation you've been avoiding, a truth you've been holding in, or even a realization about your path forward, now is the time to be boldly authentic. That said, being direct doesn't have to mean being harsh. This isn't about confrontation for the sake of it, it's about owning your thoughts and feelings in a way that clears space for growth. And when we communicate from a place of self-awareness, we make room for deeper understanding in our relationships. You may find yourself encountering some lingering challenges over the next few days, old issues resurfacing, delays in plans, or misaligned expectations. Don't view these moments as setbacks. Instead, see them as opportunities to refine your course. Life has a way of giving us gentle nudges, and sometimes strong pushes, in the direction we're meant to go. If you're noticing recurring themes or emotional patterns, ask yourself what the lesson is. What are you being asked to revisit, and how can you approach it differently this time? When change arrives, and it likely will, try not to resist it. We all know how tempting it can be to cling to the familiar, even when it's not serving us. But change often carries the seeds of our next breakthrough. Whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal mindset, welcome these shifts with open arms. You may be surprised at the new people, ideas, and experiences that enter your life as a result. Of course, with all this fiery energy in the air, it's important to temper boldness with mindfulness. If you feel yourself getting impatient or frustrated, especially with others, pause and breathe. You may find yourself involved in more disagreements than usual, particularly if you're projecting a "my way" or the highway attitude. This is a good time to practice active listening, to tune into what others are feeling, even if they're not saying it outright. If someone's being difficult or evasive, don't let it derail your day. Sometimes, extending grace is more powerful than proving a point. In relationships, romantic, platonic, or professional, you may notice some tension, especially if you've been keeping things bottled up. Instead of jumping into conflict, take a moment to check in with yourself. What are you really feeling? What do you need? Once you're clear on that, approach the situation with calm confidence. Communication doesn't have to be dramatic to be effective. Financially, this may not be the ideal time to make big moves. If you've been feeling uncertain about money or frustrated by missteps in spending, take it as a cue to slow down and reassess. Avoid large investments or high-risk ventures for now. Stick to smaller purchases, budget mindfully, and if you're working with financial advisors, be especially discerning. This isn't about fear, it's about smart, intentional choices that align with your long-term security. Your physical health and well-being may also need some gentle attention. You might be feeling pressure from multiple areas of your life right now, which can lead to stress. But stress doesn't have to derail your wellness. Instead of abandoning your routine altogether, find a rhythm that honors where you are. Maybe that means taking a slower walk instead of a long workout, or meditating for a few minutes before bed. This is a great time to reconnect with your body's signals, learn what balance looks like for you, not just what the world says it should be. Many people think self-care is about bubble baths or spa days, and while those are lovely, real self-care also looks like being honest about your limits, saying no when needed, and nourishing your body with movement and rest in equal measure. If you've let your wellness routine slip lately, consider this your invitation to come back, not with guilt, but with curiosity. So, as this next chapter unfolds, embrace the clarity that Mercury in Aries brings. Be brave with your words, thoughtful with your actions, and open to the lessons life is offering you, especially the unexpected ones. You are being invited to move forward, not with force, but with presence.